Hi, and welcome to our Live Like a Duck Off Campus Edition workshop, all about breaking down the cost of living off campus. This workshop is presented by your Financial Flight Plan team, which is housed in the Office of Student Financial Aid and Scholarships. My name is Megan, and I'm currently a peer financial educator within the Financial Flight Plan team, and I'm excited to be sharing this information with you all. So first, we just want to go over what you might expect for the average rent to be here in Eugene and other expenses that may come up when you're choosing to live off campus. So the Office of Financial Aid estimates $829 as your average rent here in Eugene, and that total is going to go into your total cost of attendance, which helps us calculate how much financial aid and other aid that you may receive throughout the school year. So your rent is definitely going to be determined by the location of your apartment or house, the number of bath and bedrooms you have, the amenities. If you choose to rent at a place that has a big pool and volleyball court on the roof, that may cause your rent to be a different price than others. Obviously, the safety of the area that you're living in and the layout of the house. So some um, other things like utilities that are going to go into your rent would be garbage, making sure before you really sign your rent, knowing, is this amount included or is it something separate I have to pay to a separate company? Water and electricity, how much that might be, internet and cable. We all have to use Wi-Fi, and it's important to be able to know if that's something that you can afford, and always ask for student discounts on things like that in certain packages that may be able to be discounted because we are students. And also think about parking. If you do have a car, is that something you're going to need to go to the city of Eugene for, or is it included in where you're living and in your rent as well? So just diving deeper into these costs that you're going to have to expect when you're living off campus. Rent, like we mentioned, of course, your security deposit. That's going to be something that you put down as a one-time fee when you're getting ready to you've just signed your lease, and it's going to be a big chunk of change that it's really going to hold you accountable to your management company. Thinking about that money, a credit check fee, or other apartment application fees that might come along with it, your utilities, like we mentioned, food, we all have to eat, and also included in your total cost of attendance through the Office of Financial Aid, they expect an average of $337 per month for food. So keep that in mind. Transportation, are you bringing your car? Do you have to pay for gas? Obviously, household furnishings in your place, and even rental fees to have a pet. So make sure you're checking on and really expecting all of these costs when you're considering living off campus. So going deeper into understanding our expenses, it's so important to know when you're expected to pay these things, and that some expenses may be due at different times throughout the year in your time in your off-campus apartment. So know that there will be these one-time expenses. Like we mentioned, the security deposit fee to keep you and maybe your co-signer accountable for your lease. It's important to know that will be coming, and that is thankfully only a one-time expense that you're going to have to pay, along with furniture, room, and house decor. When you're picking out that couch, when you're picking out your bed frame, things like that, make sure it's something that you're hoping to keep throughout the entire duration of when you're leasing this apartment or even moving to another off-campus apartment. That's really important to think about too. We're also going to have these monthly expenses. So things you're going to have to pay monthly at the same time each month, and hopefully you're going to have some idea of what's expected for you to pay. So obviously your rent, that's going to be the same amount each month due at the same time of the month. Your utilities might change month to month depending on how much of it you use, but that is still going to be expected to be paid at the same time each month. Along with internet and cable, you're going to know when you need to pay that, and it's something that's important to schedule and budget um, into your time and into the money that you have. So you're making sure you're making those payments on time and to their full. extent. And also, if you have a car, keeping track of that car payment and your insurance, also while you're dealing with these off-campus expenses, is a really important tool to use. So because we are on the quarter system, we also have variable term expenses that we might expect. So these aren't happening at the same time that we're paying our rent monthly or looking for our utilities, but we do know that they're going to come 3 to 4 times a year if we're doing summer school, our tuition. So keeping that in mind, how are we paying for that? Our books and supplies, which go along with our classes that we're taking. So make sure that you're setting up a good timeline for yourself to keep track of when these expenses are due and how much is due at the time. We hope this information was really helpful to you. Please stay connected with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of your financial wellness information. Thank you so much.